do we have here? Let me see. I think I can tell. And listener, he gives you that classic magic kind of sidelong look in the eyes you up. I think this will suit you just fine. What happened last time on the Incorrigible party?
What are you gonna do after you came
I'm
all this
simply
way with
searching
us?
out more magical knowledge. I've spent, I think, as much time as I need to have spent in Heraklion, learning what I can from those there, and I've decided to venture off and explore farther lands, see what there is to learn.
No, I'm going to the dollar store to find the cheapest stuff that I can use to hack together. If there was some Elmer's glue around that I can sort of lop a gem on something. So I'm trying to make a very crude representation of what I had seen.
Now, this isn't the normal type of job that I would normally assign. Not even from the normal employers of which give them to me, in fact. Specifically, the city of Goldham will pay handsomely for the, say, powering down of what are the Paladins' towers out there.
You know what they say, that market dictates the price of goods, so...
No, actually, I dictate the price of these goods.
Well, I tell you what, magic will give you some good deals. All you gotta do is threaten him with murder. Poor guy needs to go into another business.
Well, I guess now it's time for your adventure to continue. Okay, so you guys have gone and done your respective chores for the day, picking up magic items, maybe stowing away some gold kind of thing, and are meeting back at the Tickly Servant to kind of rejoin, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I believe Gozer last session talked about wanting to leave under the cover of darkness. Is that something you guys want to do? Because right now it's like midday-ish, early afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any objections to that.
I don't, yeah. Being new to this, I don't know what's best. Why is leaving at darkness better, Gozer?
No one can see us leave.
Why do we care if people see us leave?
No one needs to know where we are.
Okay, that's true. Good point.
So just gonna chill in the tickly?
Yeah. What's going on in the Tickler?
Well, unlike the Good Riddance Inn, the Tickly Servant is quite busy at all times. I mean, this is Detmer's Inn and Detmer's Enterprise, one of many in the city of Drukhall, specifically in the district that he controls. Yeah, so you kind of notice a few people walk up to Frank the Dragonborn, maybe giving them their own passphrases, of which you can't quite overhear, but you see Frank give some admittance to a few people throughout the few hours that you're kind of chilling in the tavern. Seems to be business as usual for Detmer.
So being from at least living in Drukhall for quite some time, I have some connections there. I think before we leave, I'm going to look around the bar and see if there's anybody there that I might discuss get some more information about these towers that we're going to. See if anybody that I know might be able to slip them a coin here or there and get some more information.
I wonder, I know this is a ways from Zexa, but do you think they'd honor Dr. Good's tab here?
I'm up to give it a try.
Well, actually, John, unfortunately, people in Drukhall very rarely have dealings with, one, the Paladins, and two, the Phalaren Forest, where the most recent tower activity, or at least most memorable in the history of Paladins cultists. But I don't know, even within your own party, maybe somebody has a bit more information.
So what do you guys know about these towers that we're going to?
I feel like I should know more than I can.
I've seen them from across the shores, lighting up at night, this kind of eerie blue color, but I haven't heard much of substance about how they work, what's going on with them.
Yeah, they said we have to power these things down, so there's got to be some power source of some kind. Is it magical? I mean, do you know, being from where you come from, you ought to be able to...
No, there's very little knowledge from where I'm from. Give me any indication as to how they work, what's powering them.
So they're blue, right? I mean...
That's about all I know is what I've seen across the water.
I would think there ought to be somebody around Drukhall that had some kind of information about a magical blue light that has some kind of power, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can find out, at least what they think it might be.
Bryn, weren't you from the forest?
Can we pause for a second while Elena reads her backstory?
I feel like I should remember.
Elena,
I should remember more.
I'll fill in pertinent details, so don't sweat about it. You guys continue to roleplay, and I'll interject with details, so don't worry about that.
I should, humanly, as Elena, remember more than I do. Okay.
So, Gozer, why don't you ask your question again?
Bryn, weren't you from the forest?
Yeah, I'm from Phaler Forest. I've been inside one of the old spires.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What's in it?
I don't feel like I have much information for you. I mean, basically, they're barely even there anymore. I mean, you've got the Phaler thriving forest on one side, and at least in my home, there's just the ruins on the other side.
Were you in it while it was powered?
I don't remember any blue light, no. Because when I went in there, the door wasn't even locked.
Right, so Bryn, your experience is with an inactive tower. You, of course, specifically, Bryn, you know that the Paladins the majority of their forces have vacated the southern part of the Phalarian forest. Tower's completely turned off, or at least no longer emitting this blue light. But despite that, the tower that you ventured into was still a relatively heavy paladin of cultist presence, even though they're inoperable. So it is quite surmisable that the powered towers will have an even more excessive presence of these paladins.
Yeah, so Chef, the one I went into, didn't have a blue light or anything like that, but there were guards sleeping inside. There was a weapon rack lined with glimmering great swords and some treasure from looting that they had gotten. So I mean, I can only imagine the powered towers are going to have even more guards.
These unpowered towers were fortified with. I mean, there was guards and protecting these towers.
There were no guards on the outside,
wow.
But on the inside, they were sleeping in there. Yeah.
That doesn't bode well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why this job pays so well, Shaft.
Well, I guess we won't know until we get there. We just these guards were pretty armored guards, and looked like they were trained.
They're skilled killers, basically. They're soldiers.
Okay, well, this is gonna have to be a sneaky job then, I think.
I agree.
Gozer doesn't sneak.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Gozer, you might need to hang back a little bit while we go check things out.
You may be served well, possibly visiting Goldham. They, of course, being the ones that are dealing with the problems that these towers are causing them, will surely have more information for you guys. Again, remember, Detmer he gets handed this, notice of a job, and then he's dividing his own labor force, right? Basically, essentially, right? So
he's doing it because the money's good.
Exactly. So the specific details are not pertinent to Detmer at all. He's just expects that you guys will be able to suss them out on your own and deal accordingly.
Okay, so I think our best bet's probably go see this mayor guy, find out what's going on, and see if we can get some more information in Goldham.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Detmer would send us off to get killed. I mean, unless the money was really good.
I don't think Detmer cares about us.
Well, I mean, we do. We are a source of income for
We
him.
fall, so he replaces us. We are
I
nothing
agree,
to
Gozer.
him.
He doesn't really care.
I think he loves Shaft.
You know, Shaft, you might be one of his favorites. That's alright.
I'm pretty confident I'm his favorite. So, how about a few more drinks? Then we start heading out and wait till dusk and blow out of this.
How long's journey is it to get to Goldham?
Depending on what route you take, if you want to take the most direct through the, for lack of a better term, uncharted sections, where there's not road networks or main infrastructure, then it took you about 3-ish days from Zexa to Drukhall.
It'll be like 6.
It'll take you maybe closer to 5 or 6 all the way to Goldham.
If we go directly.
And that also depending on how close you are willing to venture back around Zexa.
Okay.
I'm not sure how you as a party feel about revisiting that city.
It's a good point.
I don't mind going back. I'm sure Isabella's would be fine to stop by. We can stay there.
Wasn't she the one making the monsters?
That was Chucky.
Well, Chucky, yeah, he was
Chucky
defending
was
the town.
fighting
We
them.
don't know
Oh.
if anybody knew about Chucky, who's going to be upset that we
Right.
kind
We
of took him
suspect.
away against his will.
Chucky's fine. Detmer will take care of him.
Yeah, he'll take care of him.
I forgot we suspected Dr. Good.
No, last I saw Isabella, she was back in Zexa.
What about Jalala, the barkeep? Does he know that?
I don't trust her.
Does he know Chucky's missing and that we may be responsible for that?
I don't know. My vote's kind of for staying away from Zexa, but that's just me.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can head out. There's maybe head down to Victor and head across that way to Goldham. It might be a little bit longer path, but
Okay.
we can see some things on the way.
So
I'm not
we're gonna
really
have
familiar
to
with the
we're
land.
gonna have to go through a bit of woods.
I don't know anything south of Zexta.
One of the towers is south of Victor. Maybe they know something.
But yeah, would the people you said people in Goldham may know a bit about it because it's really encroaching on their city, one of the towers. What about Victor? Would there be much information to be had there, do you think?
As far as the information that you've received, it's solely the people of Goldham that have a problem with what's happening around their city.
Well, as long as you're sure, Shaft, we can go through Zexa, because it is the most direct route.
Yeah, I think Zexa, like I said, if you guys don't have any opposition, I don't see any reason why they would be after us in Zexa, and
Okay.
I think we'll be fine. What could go wrong?
What could go right?
Exactly.
Well, you guys also know that Zexa does not have much of a law force.
That's true.
Right.
And you also, to your knowledge, and to all the people that you spoke with, nobody knew who the Arcanist is or was.
True.
Was.
Yeah, maybe one of the, maybe some of the smarter folk can kind of say, well, the Arcanist hasn't really been around lately.
And neither has Chucky.
But it's not like the Arcanist had a 9 to 5 that he was showing up for every day. So.
Right. He was only there a couple
Yeah.
weeks or a week or something before we got there.
That's right.
So,
That's true.
you know what? I think our best bet is to do this quick, and it's good money. Let's just go straight from Drukhall right to Zexa. Don't even take the road. We're just heading straight.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
way we
mean,
did last time.
3 days is pretty significant. I'm not sure I want to make that trip any longer than it already is.
Okay, you convinced me. Let's do it.
All right. So, I guess I'll go up to the bar, grab a drink, order whatever their featured ale of the week is. Shaft, do you want to talk to anyone while we're killing some time, or just come up and grab a drink with me?
I'll go up with you. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the bar. I'm sure I've been here many times. So yeah, I'll go up and talk to the barkeep. Am I familiar with this particular barkeep?
Yeah, absolutely. Her name is Jellin.
I call her Jelly. Yeah. Hey there, Jelly. How you doing, babe?
Oh, hello, Shaft.
How you doing? It's been a few days.
Yeah, it's best few days of my life.
You're a jokester. Hey, I tell you what. You know Isabella Good?
Never heard of her.
Nah, you know Isabella. She's in every once in a while. She's from down in Zexa. She's in town, and she asked me to come in and start a tab for her. She's coming down a little later.
Smooth talking Shaft.
Wow, roll a deception check for me.
I can't believe you're actually trying to pull this off.
It's a 5.
Oh.
You tried this one before, huh?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah,
I
she
give her a wink.
She knows your shit.
Look, this time it's for real.
If Shaft, if you're gonna want some drinks, you're gonna have to pay up front for them.
All right. Okay. Well, let's get us a couple beers here and a couple from my friends over at the table.
All right, that'll be a few silver pieces.
All right, I pay her. There you go. So, what's been going on since I left town? Anything exciting going on?
Nothing all that interesting. I mean, I don't get out of this bar much. But, people come in, people talk. People complaining mostly. Complaining about this city. Saying they want to get out. Everyone's got their story.
Typical. Yeah. Drukhall's not a bad place if you know the right people, and, I like it here.
Well, I think if you end up in this place, I'm not sure how right those people you know are, but I get what you mean.
So I slide the beer over to Falzern, and I say, see, it's not such a bad place. It's sort of like Heracleon, right? What is it?
Heracleon.
How do you say it? Heracleon.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys got a watering hole like this there, right?
Oh, yes.
With a hot tart here like jelly?
Yes, something similar to jelly. Do you mind if I call you that, Jelly?
I'd prefer if you didn't.
She likes it.
What's he
Don't
like to
let
be
her fool
called?
ya.
Gel is just fine.
Gel. Okay.
What do you think of Falzer in here? Nice looking guy, huh?
I particularly like his robes.
Yeah, he's a magic user.
Oh,
Smart
one
smart
of those.
guy.
Uh-huh.
From Heracleon.
Oh yeah, that old island out there.
Yeah. I don't know. How'd you say it again?
Heracleon.
Oh yeah, whatever. And yeah, so he came across the water there, and he's hanging out with me right now, and he's a smart fella, looking for some friends here in Drukhall.
Well, Falzern, was it?
Yes.
I think you may have come to the wrong place to find some friends.
I'm his friend.
That's all right. I'm mostly
Point
looking.
made.
I'm mostly looking to find out if there's any magic to be learned or discovered, and I'm interested in these towers that we're planning on heading out to.
Why are you gonna
He's looking for some magic stuff. That's what I
Oh.
meant. He's looking for some magical friends.
Ah,
Wink, wink. I mean, Jelly, come on, catch the hint.
sure. I know what's. I get what you're laying down. I'm naturally curious about the color blue myself.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's difficult not to be. It's a sight to behold, that is for sure.
Have you seen the color blue around, perhaps at night?
Well, when I was a young girl, I've seen them from the mainland.
So I look over at Shaft and kind of raise an eyebrow.
Where were you? Where were you when you were a young girl?
I used to hail from Victor myself, actually.
Oh yeah.
Basically, from the city limits, you can see the Sorrowful Isles on a good day. And now, after what those paladins did, they're not quite the sight that they once were.
I hear there's a structure just sort of southeast of Victor.
Well, I haven't been back in many years. Try to get as far away from all of that southern activity as I could.
You know, I've never been to Victor. What's it like there?
Well, when I left and when I grew up there, it was a place of great culture. Very rich ancestral families lived there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had many generations of mine buried in the Victor Cemetery.
Huh. So why did you leave Victor if you were from a wealthy family to come here to this fine place?
I didn't say wealthy. I didn't say wealthy.
Oh.
It's long-standing, well-known names amongst the city themselves, but wealthy? No, we certainly weren't wealthy. But sometimes a person's got to just venture out on their own.
I understand that. So, any more information you have on this blue light special that we've been talking about?
Well, like I said, I mean, I've only ever been an observer, and of course, I've never been anywhere near one. But boy, what those towers did to those islands, it's almost indescribable. I've never seen anything like it before. Just how they turn anything on them just withered. It's beyond understanding. I can't even comprehend it.
So the towers like suck the life out of the land? Is that what you're getting at?
If it wasn't the towers, then I don't know what else it could have been.
All right, thanks, Jelly. I'm gonna go back over. Can you send somebody over to get some orders for us for our food?
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Thanks, baby.
She rolls her eyes a little bit.
I leap down off the stool. Sort of wander around through, sort of avoiding people's at about hip height, and then sort of hop up on the seat next to Gozer. Fancy some food?
Always.
All right. Well, let's get a good meal in, take a little rest, and then get the hell out of here.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys get you have some food, and what exact time are you thinking that you want to leave? Like just like straight up as soon as it's dark, or
yeah, we're not going to screw around in town much more. I think we want to get on our way.
Okay. You don't chaff. You don't need to go home for anything again. You're totally fine.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I got all my stuff. I wasn't planning on leaving. I'll tell Gozer. I'll say, hey, it's still a little light out, but I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
So, okay, great. While you guys are having your meal, though, why don't you all roll me a perception check?
Ooh. What are we perceiving?
11.
Elena rolled a 1.
Apparently I'm
7.
real drunk.
Yeah, that. Oh.
No,
What are
we
the odds?
both just rolled ones.
All right.
What?
So someone slipped something in the drinks that we got.
Frig.
You are all very caught up in your food. It's surprisingly good stew today.
Yeesh.
Oh,
That's so
boy.
awful.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Wow.
You can tell just by handling your stew bowl, it is not magical.
All right. Dang.
Did anyone roll good? Sorry, I wasn't listening because I was all...
Highest roll was an 11.
No, I think we finish up and we, unless there's somebody around that I know specifically, I think I'm ready to get out of here. I think you guys are too. You got everything you need, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock. I mean,
This
I told
stew
you
is
to say
so
that. I'm
good.
ready
I
to
could
go.
just sit here eating it all night. I mean,
I know, I can't take my eyes off of it.
it's magical.
Every spoon
no,
is,
it is magic.
delicious.
Stew is just magical.
Okay, so as you guys you exit the Tickly Servant, the sun's like beginning to set, and it's low enough in the sky where you kind of see a bit of orange above kind of the buildings, kind of looking out to the edge of the city, kind of thing, right?
Golden hour.
All right, so you guys step out. Let's turn over to roll 20,
Okay.
which we are giving a try this episode, seeing how she goes. So you guys step out, and standing in the street,
Ooh.
about 25,
Oh, they
30
don't
feet
look
away,
friendly.
is a man, two males and one female, all kind of clad in like kind of cloaks and hoods. Bryn, why don't you make a perception check?
Let's try this again.
We got the one out of the way, so
So that's a 13.
You notice them first, Bryn, and you notice if you look there, there's one guy's kind of in front with two kind of behind him, and they're walking towards you, and you noticed the two flanking this guy in the middle. You recognize them from the previous night in the inn. The two people that were kind of looking at you while you and Gozer were sitting in the bar, that you had you kind of went and confronted.
Right.
And the man right in the middle of them, you recognize, Bryn, as Hank Applebee's.
Oh, gosh.
And they have seen you, Bryn, and they're marching towards you. Gozer, why don't you roll a perception as well?
That is 13 plus 2, so 15 total.
So Gozer, yeah, you recognize the two people from the bar before as well. The woman had feigned or it seemed interested in Bryn. Kind of a little embarrassed when Bryn walked over and asked her, "What are you looking at?"
Can I look at Bryn to see what she's doing?
okay. So Bryn knows the person in the middle, but we don't know that. We don't know that she knows them. Gozer recognizes them from yesterday.
So I'm just going to continue to walk like there's no problem. These are just people that are walking down the street.
Can I roll
gonna
to see if I
continue on.
recognize them, or is that worth
Sure.
of any value? Okay. Oh dear. 7.
No, you don't recognize him.
So I don't recognize the guy in front. I just recognize one of
That's
the
it.
woman.
So the man in front, he kind of stops about 20 feet in front of you, pulls back his hood, kind of just looking directly at you, Bryn.
Ugh.
He kind of smiles. Hello, Poppet. Been a while, hasn't it?
If you guys can't tell by looking at him, Hank is a paladin.
So you can't quite tell actually yet.
Okay.
He has this cloak. So is that what do you say that to the party?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely whisper to that and be like, this guy's trouble. He's one of the paladins.
What? You know this guy?
Give us the amulet. For Bryn, it's as if time has stopped, as this wave of paralysis washes over her.
As I hear Hank's unmistakable voice, I can't help but to see my dearest friend's bloody face in memory. I left the forest immediately after losing her, the single last person in the world I cared about. Hank took her from me. The paladins have taken everything from me, and I failed her. The wound is so fresh it hasn't even scabbed over. Memories fill my mind.
Hand it over! You and Ciari turn to see Hank charging towards you, the sharp edge of his greatsword seemingly imbued with light as it glints from a streak of lightning flashing in the distance. The brewing storm is quickly rolling in. Ciari shoves you backwards, out of the way of Hank's overhead slash, his sword digging into the dry, sundered earth surrounding the tower, the storm's rainfall quickly turning into fetid muck. Ciari launches into the air, landing a kick to Hank's unarmored chest, staggering backwards 2 steps. Bryn, you tuck and roll into the momentum of Ciari's push, spinning to your feet, drawing your bow, arrow knocked and calmly leveled at Hank's head.
Put the sword down!
I'm just following orders, Poppet. Lucky for me, those orders include taking out anything that gets in our way.
Get away from her!
Hank regains his footing and lashes out once again with his greatsword. Ciari deftly avoids his arcing blade as she counterattacks with a flurry of palm strikes against Hank's massive frame. Bryn, take the shot, she cries, narrowly avoiding another attack from Hank. Behind them, you can see emerging figures from the darkened tower as the rest of the sleeping paladins of Cultus are roused from Hank's bellows.
Adjusting my aim. I've never killed before, and I cringe at the thought of bringing more death into my life.
You fire, and the arrow pierces Hank's thigh, dropping him to one knee. You hold out your hand, beckoning to Ciari to grab it and flee. She turns to you with her own outstretched grasp. Just as your fingers touch, you see a brief look of surprise on Ciari's face. Another lightning strike flashes across the stormy sky, clearly illuminating the change in her features as they contort to a twisted gnarl of pain. A smattering of blood hits your face as Hank's sweeping greatsword easily cleaves through Ciari's thin elven waist. The top half of her body separated from the bottom as it tumbles to the ground.
No! My home, my family, my life, you will pay for this. I will crush you filthy paladins. You hear me? I will get my revenge.
You spare one last sorrowful glance at your friend's body, the look of pain frozen on her beautiful face, her blood mixing with the rain-swept mud, as you disappear into the Phalaren forest. Find them! Father Cultus will have our heads for losing that amulet. Give it here. And Bryn, as easily as Hank's voice kind of pushed you back into your memory, it shocks you back to the present.
The amulet? Look at her.
I'm gonna punch him.
Oh, wow.
Gozer's gonna punch him.
Hold on.
Happened
You're,
I was
you're
gonna
gonna walk up to him. So so Gozer, you just charge right up to him?
Yeah.
All right. Go for it. You can go and try to take a swing if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to him and shout to Blave and punch him. Not with my hammer, with my hand.
Okay, so we're not necessarily trying to, deal a fatal blow here. You're just going to punch him in the face and teach him not to mess with us.
Yeah, he's getting in my way.
Son of a... Gozer!
I rolled a 17. I'm gonna add my strength bonus to that, so I got a 20.
Okay, you hit him.
What's an unarmed strike? Is that a D4?
Technically, actually, no, it's not. It's just, I believe it's 1 plus your strength modifier.
So that would be 4 points of damage.
All right, you guys will be rolling initiative.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I kind of wanted to insert into play for everyone to notice that, typical Bryn is not there right now. She looks spaced out and really worried and nervous and quiet, and there's a visible change about Bryn right now. Yeah.
That's worrisome.
I look back at her, sort of figuring out what the hell's going on, and then I sort of run off to the side. We're gonna roll initiative first, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Gozer did this more to see what he was gonna do.
I got a 17.
21.
16.
18.
Okay, Shaft, you get to act first.
Okay, so I'm gonna... Are these 5 foot squares that I'm seeing in front of me?
Yeah.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20. So if you... I don't know how you want to do movement on this, but typically I think you do 5 for the first diagonal move and then 10 for the second diagonal move.
No.
That's not how you do it?
No.
Okay, how would you like us to do it?
Every square is 5 feet.
Even if it's diagonal?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to
Why
move...
would moving diagonally as opposed to orthogonally be any different in terms of feet of movement?
That is... I'll have to look it up, but I think that's the way it's described in the book.
Oh, interesting. Okay. No, just regular 5 a square. Yeah, 5 a square.
Yeah, I'll double check that on somebody else. So I'm going to move 20 feet, and then I'm going to hold my action, if you want to describe what that means.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard of this.
Ooh.
You can ready an action.
Ready in action, yeah.
What action are you going to
I'm
ready?
gonna pull my swords out.
And
So basically, I'm not going to attack this round, and I can attack later this round. I'm not going to do my attack in initiative order.
no, 5e does not have that.
Clash of the Titans
Okay.
is happening right
Well,
here.
We do it all the
There
time.
you go.
Titans of D&D.
Oh, this is a good. This is a good,
little
good
refresher.
lesson here.
I already know the answer, but I'm gonna let you guys duke it out.
I'm not excited for
We're-
this
we're gonna-
battle.
Yeah, you can ready an action, but you 5th edition doesn't have a delay option, which in previous editions you could delay your initiative. But you can ready an action, like with your swords, you could ready an action to attack if someone moves within 5 feet of you.
Oh, okay, so it's like sentry mode, sort of. You're ready.
Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm not going to attack yet. I'm going to see how it plays out. But if I choose, at least the way we play, if I choose to attack later in this initiative order, I would be able to do that. But Leland's saying that's not an option here. So I am ready, pulling my sword out.
What I'm saying is, if you can set a trigger condition for your attack to happen. So what condition would you like to attack under, whether or not it happens before your next turn, right?
So if they attack anyone, then I'm going to. That will be the action.
Okay, so if someone is in range, then you will attack them. If one of your party members is attacked.
Yeah, Gozer went up and punched the guy.
Yeah,
Right. I'm not going to go.
Yeah, I did.
I'm not going to go up and slice him.
right.
I want to see what happens. If he does something that's going to make me have to get involved, I'm going to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make sense? He hasn't attacked her yet.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is ready in action, like you make it clear what action you are readying. If you want to say, if any of these 3 people attack Gozer, you will attack somebody. That can be your
Right.
trigger.
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay. And you have your swords though, right? So for you to be able to do that, you'd have to be within melee range.
Okay. So then I'm going to go right
Okay, so you're
there.
Perfect.
Adjacent
okay,
to
great.
Gozer.
So if Hank attacks Gozer, then your action is to attack him.
Yeah. I'll be going to town on Applebee.
Is it happy hour?
Do you want to
Half off
We just
appetizers?
do you want to say
Wrong
anything?
Applebee's.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go up and go, oh, wait. Excuse my friend here. She gets a little bit excited when somebody's looking sort of at her weird. You know, let's not get hasty here and start any kind of thing that's everybody's gonna regret.
Okay, Gozer, you're up. So when you hit him, you you hurt him, but like he just kind of looked back at you and smiled as he kind of wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. He hasn't drawn his weapon yet, but of course he hasn't acted yet.
What do you want?
Don't want anything to do with you. Just want her.
Why?
She has something that belongs to me.
If it's hers, if she has it's
not
hers.
She took it.
Go away.
Like I said, my business is with the elf.
Go away.
Is that all you're gonna do?
If he attacks, I'm going to do the same thing that Shaft did. If he attacks, I'm going to attack back.
Okay, wait. What's the item? What's this thing that she has that you say belongs to you?
It's not your turn in initiative. You already had your chance to talk.
I thought we were. We are an initiative. I'm sorry.
We're kind of an initiative, but it's a little. It may have been a little premature with the initiative roll, but just in case.
Okay, so we're not an initiative then.
No, we'll stay in initiative, but we'll be a little more free flow with the talk here.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to interject and go. What is it? What is it? This thing that you say she has?
Well, why don't you ask her? She's called my amulet.
Doesn't matter.
An amulet?
Go away.
Hey, Brand, you got an amulet that belongs to this guy?
It's not me. It's not me, I swear. I wasn't the only one there, Hank. I know who has your amulet, though.
Then give me the information.
What am I gonna get for it? How bad do you want this amulet?
You get to keep your life.
This is escalating really quickly. I don't think we need to actually kill each other over this piece of jewelry, right?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so,
who's
but
got
what
it?
makes you think I want to give up one of my friends right now?
Look, Bryn, we've got a place to go and things to do, and I'd rather we not
Well,
make it out of
Shaft,
the city.
I've
tonight.
shot Hank in the leg before, so he's not gonna take no for an answer.
So Hank kind of reaches cautiously, not making any quite sudden movements with you two on him, but he motions to the guy behind him, and the guy hands him a kind of a sack, and then he reaches out and he pulls out a severed orc head. And Bryn, you recognize this as being Kruk. And he throws it on the ground in front of him. I already spoke to this one.
I'll grab Gozer's arm real quick, so like
Shake you
like
off.
I'm trying to
Get off
like
me.
I'm trying to keep her from doing anything, and go, hey, what's it worth to you? I mean, how much?
You can't pay me for this. Now give us the amulet.
I think you're being a little unreasonable here. I'm sure we can work something out.
You haven't seen
Are we still in
unreasonable yet.
initiative, or can I?
Yeah, we're technically, but if you want to act, if you guys want to act, it's technically still Gozer's turn. So she hasn't moved or attacked. She's basically, we're kind of
You
free
guys,
action.
I don't think he's gonna let me go unless I give up my friend, and I don't know. I don't know if I can do it.
You see any rooftops you want to stealth onto
Uh,
before things escalate any
Bryn
further?
is just like about to vomit in the street here, like with this decision.
So these other two guys, what do they look like?
The two behind Hank,
What are they armed with?
they each have a kind of a short sword at their side, and Hank himself has a great sword on his back.
So these guys are they're armored. The guys in the back.
They're all wearing cloaks, so you can't quite tell what's under them.
So I'll start walking a little bit closer around, like I'm talking to them, and start giving them some hand gestures and go, look, everything is has a price, and I'm sure we can. I mean, we have money, and we can give you some of that to make this all go away.
It's still technically my turn, right?
Yeah. So if you want to move or attack, you can do so.
I'm going to lift my hand up that has the ring of the ram on it
Okay.
and use one of the charges on good old Hank here.
I like this.
Does a 17 hitting? I mean, 18 hitting.
An 18 does hit him. Yeah.
So that is 2d10 force damage. Which is... If I roll a 0 on a d10, is
That's
that...
10.
That's a 10, so that's 13. And he's pushed 5 feet away.
Okay. Faldrin.
Okay. I think I will. I'll go with the classic magic missile. I'm gonna take out one of his buddies. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna target the guy on the right of Gozer, which is directly in line of Bryn, and I'm gonna use magic missile.
I wish I wasn't last in the initiative, because I feel like I have information I want to put out there.
Well, we were talking.
I know, but it's like I can't.
Well, with that very aggressive attack from Gozer, we're fully on in initiative, so let's just continue on. So what's your damage for the missile? There are so remember, magic missile has 3 magical darts that do 1d4 plus 1 damage each. So you can choose different targets, or you can send them all at one person.
2 to this guy, 1 to the guy on the left. So a 2 plus a 3 and a 4. So the 2 and the 3 to the guy on the right, and the 4 to the guy on the left.
I thought you meant the guy in the middle.
No, I'm not going to target Hank.
Okay.
Okay, so 7 damage total to the first guy on the right, and 5 damage to the guy on the left. All right, Bryn, you're up.
So Bryn's like still collecting herself and trying to process the head that he pulled out of the bag. Bryn takes a deep breath and just full on screams back at him. I didn't even like Krug of Crag! Don't even care about him at all! Does he say anything back?
Nope. He's kind of preoccupied with a spectral ram popping out of a ring and pushing him back.
I'm going to run next to Gozer. Or like walk. And basically have my hands up and say, let's talk about this. I know who has your amulet.
Okay. He's catches himself after being pushed back, and he says to the people next to him, he said, "Kill them all, but leave the elf." And his scouts will go.
I still have an action though, right? Now that he said that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's right.
So now that he now that he said that, I'm pissed.
You want to attack?
Yes. I was gonna try to be cordial because I don't really care about giving up the guy who has the amulet either. But how close am I? That's 1 square, 2 squares. So that's 10 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna use my longbow. Try to shoot him in the face.
10 feet, okay.
Well, I'm too far away from my rapier, aren't I? Yeah.
Well, you've spent 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement so far. And you have 30, right? So you could get right up in there if you wanted to.
Sure. I step right in front of Gozer, and I
Wow.
pull my sword out. Isn't rapier a sword?
Yep.
Yeah, I have swords. And I'm going for Hank. And I'm specifically targeting his bad leg that I've shot in the past with my arrow. I'm going, adding insult to injury here.
Just with advantage.
All right, roll the hit.
Six.
Roll the hit is a 6.
That's going to be a miss. So you kind of jab at him, you kind of hear a ding underneath it, clearly hitting metal underneath his cloak. So, the scouts next to him. So the one right in front of Shaft. So, Shaft, you had your readied action.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is about to attack you as it draws its short sword. So go ahead and go with your attack.
Be a 17.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Is 7 points of damage. Get my second attack.
No, because it's
just a
using
reaction?
your reaction. Yeah, so just the one.
Okay. Now that was on the guy that was right in front of me.
Yeah, that's right. So then he tries to hit you. They adjusted 20. Hits you for 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And the second one tries to hit Gozer. Ooh, only with a 7 to hit.
Did it move up to hit me?
Oh, that's right. Sorry, that's Bryn is trying to attack. 7 to hit Bryn, which misses. And from the end of the street, you see 2 more appear around the corner behind Falzarin. Falzarin, you see one down this alley to your right. 2 more come down to the alley further up.
So 4 more?
By hand.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
You guys remember when Leland was talking to us earlier this week and threatened to do a TPK?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. We're surrounded pretty much.
We can talk our way out of this, I'm sure.
We could have talked our way out
Yeah.
of this.
Okay, so one more strike at Gozer for this one that has just moved up with a 23
Yeah, that is.
and 8 points of piercing damage.
Which I am raging, so that's my hand.
You did not rage on your turn, so you're not quite raging yet.
I
That is
said
true.
to Blave. Thank you very much.
Yes, I heard you say that.
your battle cry.
But...
That is what. That's my
All right,
rage.
okay, that's fine. You want to cheat? That's okay.
Oh.
So then
I established that
She's
early
always
on.
raging if
This,
possible. Let's just, come on.
okay, but if you yell to Blave to rage, then what do you yell when you reckless rage? How am I
To
supposed
double Blave!
I'll let you know that it's reckless. I will let you know if it's reckless.
Okay, so another this other guy takes a longbow out and shoots at Shaft. Ooh, critical hit.
Speaking of critical hit designs.
For our wonderful
All the
sponsor.
best podcasts have really good segues to their ads.
Shaft, you get hit with 12 piercing damage.
That hurts.
And then there are 3 guys that can see
I see
Falzarin.
that.
All will take a shot with their longbows.
Couldn't they have?
He's so fluffy.
So Falzarin, there's a 10 to hit, a 7, and a 21.
They
So
all
2
miss.
hit, right? And you take 10 piercing damage, Falzarin. And next up is Hank. Hank throws aside his cloak to reveal he's wearing plate armor. The chest, this big insignia of a tower, marking the symbol of the Paladins of Cultus. As he draws his greatsword and is going to be taking two attacks on Bryn.
But I'm the one he wants alive. Psh, come on.
So first attack is a 17 to hit,
It hits.
and the second is a 9, so that one's gonna miss. So you take 10 slashing damage from the one hit. This could have made this easier. And back to Shaft at the top.
So I am going to move by running under this guy's legs and go behind him. As a halfling, I can go regular speed with that, but I'm going to spin around here if I can do this in 20. And I'm going to, as my bonus action, put Hunter's Mark on the main paladin guy. And then I'm going to make my attacks. The first one is going to be an 8, which is a miss.
Yep.
And the second attack is a 25.
Woo!
That's a miss.
And let's do some damage here. It'll be 10 points of damage.
Oh yeah, you
As I
run up
slice
right-
I want to take my rapier and sort of go right across the back of his leg, right behind his kneecap, and sort of slice right through there to try to hobble him a little bit.
Okay, Gozer.
I moved up so I could reach Hank around Bryn, who got in my way.
Love you too, Gozer.
Thank you very much. And I pull out my great axe, and 18 hits him,
Yep.
right? 12 points of damage. Oh no, plus 2 because I'm raging, so that's 14.
Falzarin.
I think I'm gonna have to turtle a little bit. So I'm gonna cast Shield.
Yeah, you're surrounded. Okay.
So
And what does shield do?
an invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects me until the start of my next turn. I have +5 bonus to AC, including against any triggering attack. I take no damage if someone were to cast magic missile at me.
Okay, cool. Bryn.
I'm gonna slice Hank's throat. Wait, does he have armor on it? Does he have armor
Right.
on his throat? I just for
Basically-
dramatic
basically-
effect.
Basically, you
I'm
make an
gonna
attack.
attack him. Oh, are you kidding?
So 6 plus.
It's the same 9, which misses. Like, come on, Bryn.
That is a miss.
Well, you're unnerved by
Yeah,
seeing
I mean,
this,
I'm
this
pretty
figure from your
upset,
past.
but like,
Cage has been
you,
rattled.
Bryn does well under pressure. This is not true to character.
It's an
Not
bit.
today, she doesn't.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, so Falzarin, you see down this alley,
Mhm. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
kind of climbing out.
Okay, this is.
You can kind of see behind this one scout that is beaten down on you down this alley. You see these 3 little figures, they're fully like covered in cloaks and hoods, and their faces are fully covered. They kind of pop out of this sewer grate behind this scout, and they go to attack the scout here. And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Incorrigible Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at incorrigibleparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us, contact@incorrigibleparty.com or reach out on social media. The Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncorrigiblePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout-out during our behind-the-screen after-party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!